Continue. All right. Okay. Hello and welcome to 4-H and Family and Consumer Sciences equals your future extension career. So just a little bit of introductions. My name is Riley Dubois. I'm a senior in the Fax Ed program at OSU. I'm a member of Collegiate 4-H. I've been the secretary this last year, and then this year I will be the homecoming chair. And I was a 4-H member for 11 years. And joining me is Dr. Tripp, who is in charge of our Fax Ed program here at OSU, and she was a 4-H member for 8 years. All right, so just a little bit about me. As I said, I was in 4-H for 11 years. It wasn't that long ago that I was sitting right where you are right now. My project areas were dairy, performing arts, and personal development. So I showed dairy cattle, I did plays and such, but I didn't actually do any family and consumer sciences specific stuff. I came to Oklahoma State University partially because of my time as a 4-H member, spending time on campus there as part of Roundup, along with some other like more financial decisions and, well, what programs do I want to do? And I came and started in interior design. OSU has a great interior design program, but it was not for me. I did not enjoy it, and I didn't know what I was going to do anymore. And after a lot of conversations with career services and with my mom, I realized, oh, you know, I really enjoyed 4-H, and I think I might enjoy being an extension educator. So I changed my major to family and consumer sciences after my freshman year, and I've been here ever since. Some activities I am involved in on campus are the Collegiate 4-H Club, which is really great. We've done some national 4-H conventions. We do a lot of community service stuff. If you come to OSU, consider joining Collegiate 4-H. And the Family and Consumer Sciences Education Organization, of which I am currently the president. We also do some super great things if you want to come join us as well. And then for my career after I graduate, I plan to do extension education, but I'm also getting my teaching certification, so I am totally open to teaching in a school as well, whatever life decides to throw at me. All right.
All right. As you look over this list of characteristics, think about which of these describe you. Either you would use them to describe yourself, or someone else, you know, if they were describing you, are these some of the words that they would use in describing you? Lots of things there on the left side that, because of what you have done and what you're doing in 4-H, I'm almost positive that those do describe you. And I hope that you are doing some activities or projects in your 4-H work that is family consumer sciences related. But if you're not, that's fine too. Just as Riley just mentioned, that you know, there's so many awesome projects and activities. I was in a lot when I was in elementary and junior high and high school too. And so I hope that whatever projects and activities you're in, that you are enjoying them, and that, you know, and then if they are in FCS, that you're feeling drawn to want to continue doing that. Over on the right side, do you feel that you've had some great advice about career opportunities? You might be a senior in high school or going into your senior year. You might be in middle school or junior high, but it's not too early to start thinking about some things that you want to do. And what's on the left will, of course, help you decide that. But have there been some people, either your school counselor could be a wonderful resource, perhaps your extension educator, FCS or 4-H or ag, of course, your parents give lots of insights too. But what I'm wanting you to do is to talk to several people about jobs, about your career. Too often when I'm visiting with students, I will ask them about their careers, and they'll say something very generic because they know someone who does, something similar. And so just really think about what you want to do. What makes you happy and brings satisfaction? And maybe, I hope you have a mentor or role model who already is an extension educator, someone you look up to, that you respect, that you enjoy spending time with. So that's another great way to know, what help you lead you to the possibility of a career in cooperative extension. Do you want to work with youth and adults? If so, then this is definitely an area for you. That was what I wanted to do and still do. I knew that I did not want a career, for instance, in early childhood. I have children, I enjoy being around children, but it wasn't what I wanted to do in a career. So just something else for you to consider is, what age group or groups do you really want to spend time with? And also, you'll want to choose, or as you're looking at your profession, and then you're looking at the major at college, those two should go together. Sometimes when I'm in my office on campus and I have my door open, and this is pre-COVID, of course, but I would hear students in the hall as they were getting ready to go into their classrooms. Lots of conversations, of course, about classes, but sometimes I would hear them talking about life after graduation from OSU. And some really didn't know what they wanted to do. They're in some major and there's no jobs in the area. They're going to have to move somewhere. Maybe they hadn't planned to do that, or they're going to have to go to graduate school right away. That, things that they really didn't find out about that career until now they're a junior or senior. So that's what I want you to start thinking about, is what is it that you think you want to do, and then how do you get there? Okay. So in our family and consumer sciences education, there are two primary, now there are other things you can do, but our students choose these two. And Riley mentioned that her preferred is in cooperative extension. I'm sure you know, but I just wanted to remind you that when you work for cooperative extension, you are employed by OSU. No doubt when you've gone to visit your county office, you've seen at least one OSU sign out front, and I'm sure there's multiple inside the office too. All of the professionals or all of the staff there are OSU employees. You would primarily work in the county, or sometimes now our educators work in more than one county. So there's that too, but you would have the whole county as your area. And you would have a family and consumer sciences content focus. So you might teach a lesson in interior design. You might teach something in nutrition or food preparation. You might teach something about financial management. And it might be to children one day, and the next day you might teach in a high school, and then another day you might teach at a senior center. That's just part of the beauty of working in the county with extension, is the whole county needs you, and you work, you teach, you have workshops and sessions all over the county. So, and then you would have 4-H responsibilities too. So that's a ton of fun too. Others of our students do want to teach. They want to be in a public school, so they are employed by that particular school district. It might be in a rural area. It might be in Oklahoma City or Tulsa. It might be a suburb. Teachers receive whatever the state decides they're going to be paid. But as a family and consumer sciences teacher, you make above that because the State Career Tech Office provides a stipend above that. And sometimes the district provides additional stipends too. So, and you can find that information online with different districts. For instance, if you look in towns out in Western Oklahoma, you're going to find an additional stipend. Same for Edmond, for Jinx, for a lot of the districts pay above the state salary. So that's a good thing. So you would have that plus the additional stipend. You would teach family consumer courses to grades 6 through 12, or you could, depending on, again, where you teach. If you're in a rural school, you're probably going to have the larger span of grades. If you're in Broken Arrow, for instance, they have, gosh, it's either 5 or 6 family consumer sciences teachers there. And, they might teach, or they would teach just high school level and maybe just nutrition, maybe just housing, just child development. So lots of choices there. And then you would advise FCCLA, which is the leadership organization for students who are in family and consumer sciences classes. So differences, yes, in where you would work. So there's choices. Many of our extension educators taught in public schools and vice versa. Many who are in the public schools go to extension and it works really, really well. Okay.
So here's just a few little did you know things about OSU and the Family and Consumer Sciences program. So the first one, Family and Consumer Sciences education program at OSU is the only one in the state. And we can go check out their website real quick. Here's what that website looks like.
And that picture is from Roundup.
I was in that workshop.
Uh-huh. All right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So just a little bit of information about family and consumer sciences and career paths. Our club and some student feedback. And then, so OSU has many scholarships that you might be eligible for. I know I received one of these when I came. I can't remember how much it was for, but I know I did get one based on my GPA and ACT score. So something to keep in mind. So yeah, freshman scholarships that you can apply for. Some of them I think might be automatically added, again, based on your ACT score, just when you are accepted. Check out the scholarship website. And at OSU, we live by the Cowboy Code, which is we end the day knowing we gave it everything we had. We dream only as big as the sky. We know challenges come with pain, but pain will not win. We have a passion to do what's right, even when it's hard. We stand for what matters, even if we stand alone. We finish what we start, and being a cowboy isn't in our clothes, it's in our character. So, along with some other fun facts and good OSU coolness. All right.
Okay, so give you a little bit of information about our program at OSU. It is relatively new. It's been here just since 2013. There was such a demand, such a need for county educators with the family consumer sciences background and for teachers. So for the academics, there is a 4-year degree plan, and but it can take you less than that. If you come in with several hours of concurrent classes that you've taken, or if you test out of some classes, the shortest is someone finished in 3 years, but she brought in over 30 hours. So she did that while in high school. So it's an individual thing. Most of our students take 4 to 5 years, but 4 is really the norm. And then again, those 2 options that I mentioned, you can choose to get teacher certification, as Riley is doing. But if you're not interested in teaching certification, we have a degree plan that's called our Cooperative Extension Plan. The 2 are very, very similar. They include everything that's in those bullet points, from general education to the family and consumer sciences requirements. The difference is in your senior year, if you're in the Cooperative Extension degree plan, you'll have an internship, a semester internship in an Extension county office. If you're in the teacher certification program, then you will student teach. You will be with a FACS teacher for a semester, and you'll learn more about teaching in the school. So truly, either way, you'll get all of the academic preparation that you need for being very successful in a county extension office or in a school.
All right. And then just some activities present within family and consumer sciences and OSU as a whole. So again, we have the Family and Consumer Sciences Education Club, and that's open to anybody. You might find it's more appealing if you are a family and consumer sciences education major, but even if you're not, you can still come join and hang out with us.
For sure.
And then there's the Collegiate 4-H Club, which again is super cool and super fun. I'm totally not biased about either of those clubs. And then an FCCLA alumni organization. I know some people do both FCCLA and 4-H while in high school. So if that's you, that's might be something you're interested in. And otherwise, OSU has over 500 clubs and organizations. If none of these suit your fancy, but you want to come to OSU, you will find something that you want to participate in, whether that's a club, whether that's some sort of sport. There's a lot, and there will be some way for you to find a community here. So, all right.
Okay. One thing that I encourage you to really look into is the job outlook. And I know that your parents will be interested in the job outlook. In other words, when you choose what you want to major in, something you'll want to know is, are there jobs out there? So that when you're finished at OSU, what next? So I want to be sure that you know that there are jobs in family and consumer sciences education. In fact, our graduates are in demand. There are more jobs than there are persons to fill those jobs. So there's a shortage across the state, and that's true for both extension and teaching. We've done some research, and we know that that's going to continue for at least 15 years. And it's not just in Oklahoma, it's truly across the nation. There's a shortage. So yes, you'll have your choice of where to go and what to do after graduation, and you'll know that you will be impacting individuals, families, and communities, whether you want to work for extension or as a teacher. A few years ago, I did a study of Oklahoma's family consumer sciences teachers, And they reported really high job satisfaction, like 80% were very satisfied, meaning they love to go to their job. And I know that's the same for our extension educators too. That's, like I said, very high. The national rate for job satisfaction hovers at about 50%. It's usually less. So, which is kind of sad that roughly half of persons who are working don't really look forward to going to work. It's not a satisfying job for them, but I don't know, maybe you can hear the dog barking. Something must be going on. So yeah, in demand. So you will definitely have a job, choice of jobs, actually, not just a job. Again, wherever, rural, suburban, or urban area, high job satisfaction, knowing you're going to impact people. Okay.
So just a few things for you guys to think about and maybe take some notes on before the live interaction on July 14th. So visit this website, linked here. You may notice we've already been here. So come back to this website. And think through these questions. What is family and consumer sciences education? Where is the FACS-Ed program available in Oklahoma? What can someone with that major do? And what are your next steps to becoming a FACS-Ed educator? Oh, goodness. And then visit this website, which is the Family and Consumer Sciences Extension website, and think about what does an extension family and consumer sciences educator do, and then just provide your own thoughts. How will your 4-H experiences prepare you for a FACS-Ed career? And then also find some time to interview someone, maybe your county extension educator, or maybe someone from another county. If your county does not have a FACS-Ed educator, I bet the educator you have knows someone who is. So during that interview, here's a few questions to think about, as well as anything else that you yourself are curious about. So what led this person to their career? What are their roles and responsibilities? How do they work with the other educators in the office? What's their favorite part of their career? Any challenging responsibilities that they may have. Every job has one, I promise. Any plans for workshops or activities for the rest of the year, and any advice that they might have for you if you choose to pursue family and consumer sciences. So on July 14th in the Zoom, you will all introduce yourselves, share your 4-H projects and activities. Dr. Tripp will lead you through some interactive games, and you guys can talk about those questions that I just read. I may or may not be able to join the Zoom. Since that is a Wednesday, I usually work Wednesdays at the Science Museum in Oklahoma City. But if I'm not scheduled that day, then I will make time to join you guys. So if you have any questions, you can contact Dr. Tripp or me with the emails you see on the slide. Feel free to reach out to me about anything related to college, 4-H, activities, family and consumer sciences. Yeah.
One other thing, Riley, you might add that I thought was really interesting is a story about the shirt you're wearing.
Oh, yes. This shirt, I believe, if I remember the year correctly, is from my last year at 4-H Roundup. On the back, it has whatever the theme was that year. I believe it was Capture the Memories. I have lots of Roundup shirts. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not a
great.
poser. I promise I was a real 4-H member.
Right, absolutely. All right, well, thank you. This has been great. Thank you for viewing, and we look forward to seeing you July 14th at 11 o'clock. You'll be getting the Zoom link for that. Okay, bye.